It's going to be hard to top that last segment, but the nation right now is still reeling from the news at Mar-a-Lago being raided by the FBI, an unprecedented act for the United States for a sitting administration, honestly, to send law enforcement officials to the home of a previous president with a possible potential contender for 2024.
Right. Joining us now to discuss is former White House advisor for the Trump administration and the host of America First, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Doctor, thank you so much for being on Wake Up America this morning.
My pleasure, anytime.
Okay, I'm sorry you have to go after, the world's strongest man, but you know what? We're very happy to have you. I got to ask, though, we've been talking about this all morning, but this has never been done before. And they didn't bother to check with the White House to say, hey, does he have a standing order to declassify this? They didn't even bother.
Yeah, Carl, you know as well as anybody else because you've had a clearance. I still have my TS clearance. Let's be clear for those who aren't familiar with the system. The classification of documents for national security purposes in America exists for one person and one person alone. That is the commander-in-chief. The president can declassify, the president can give clearances, the president can take away clearances like that, simply by say-so. The idea that an individual who, by the way, unlike anybody else except cabinet members, retains the highest level of clearance until he dies. People, I know you may not realize he's still alive. Jimmy Carter still has top secret clearance. Well, guess what? So does Donald Trump. And Donald Trump had a standing order on specific documents that were to be declassified, number one. So this idea that a raid is justified is absolutely bogus. It's just a lie. It's just Gestapo tactics. Secondly, this isn't just some former president who's had 2 terms. As you said, Carl, this is a man who had 1 term and who is announcing his candidacy to come back as president. So you're not just raiding illegally. This is a state-sanctioned burglary. You're not just raiding the private residence of a former president. You are raiding the private residence of a future presidential candidate. And that's the only reason they did it. Biden is in the tank, 28% approval ratings. The border is open, 9% inflation. They had to try and stop Donald Trump. And they think they can stop him, but they've tried before and they failed before.
Well, let's backtrack a little bit. So you just dropped a massive bomb saying that President Trump is going to announce his candidacy, calling him another future candidate. Is the former president going to announce that he is running for 2024?
Yes, absolutely. He's decided that he's running. The question is the timing. The question was whether he does it before the midterms or after the midterms. Several people I know have counseled him to actually announce before the midterms. I think the illegal raid on Mar-a-Lago is even more reason to do so. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, Newsmax viewers.
Yeah, so let's look at the 7th floor of the FBI. I mean, I think we should call in a bunch of contractors and renovate that and just take it right off the top and make the 6th floor the top. But what are they thinking right now? Like, he probably and likely will be the next president.
So this is personal for me. So before I joined the White House, my wife and I had the only external contract to provide counterterrorism training to the CTD, the Counterterrorism Division. So I personally have trained, 5,000, 6,000 FBI agents, IAs, and SOS support staff. My job was to teach them on Al-Qaeda and ISIS and to understand that threat. So the idea that this entity that had the greatest prestige in the world as a law enforcement agency has now become a Gestapo secret police outreach arm of the Democrat Party is galling, is shocking. It saddens me, and I don't think it's salvageable. After what happened at Mar-a-Lago, armed agents go into a presidential private residence, demand the security cameras be switched off, bust into the secure room and break the lock they told President Trump to put on his documents archive. I don't think it can be. It's not the 7th floor anymore, Carl. And look, you've served this nation in uniform. I would hope that I too would say, if you and I were given, if we were the special agents in Florida, given the warrant and told, hey, bust into Mar-a-Lago and inspect, Melania's wardrobe, I hope we would say, here's my badge, here's my stinking gun. I am not a secret police officer of the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
It's not just the 7th floor anymore. It's the people who executed the raid. It's the people who took Peter Navarro at Reagan Airport on a misdemeanor charge and put him in leg irons. I am disgusted at the FBI. The fact that there aren't thousands of FBI agents outside the Hoover building today picketing, saying, we will no longer be the political police of the Democrats. The whole thing's got to be dismantled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, also, how about those charges? I mean, the warrant was unsealed saying that President Trump is facing potential espionage, obstruction of justice. Is there any grounds to these?
No, it's a joke. It's a very, very... What are they positing? That President Trump is giving nuclear launch codes to little Kim in North Korea? It's a bad joke. It is an insult. And no, actually, it's worse than that. This isn't really about him. Yes, they want to stop him running, but it's really about the 74 million people who voted for President Trump in 2020. They want to send a very simple message. We can do it to General Flynn. We can do it to Steve Bannon. We can do it to Peter Navarro. We can do it to the President of the United States. This is about bully boy tactics. This is about intimidation. This is KGB Gestapo tactics against 74 million Americans. Hey, have you got something to hide? Well, those 87,000 extra IRS agents might just be let loose on you. No more just the Tea Party. Anybody who politically disagrees. This is a criminalization of conservatism. And guys, you've got to let your voice be heard. Yeah. You've got to be engaged, not just voting. You've got to run for local office. Like my wife just got registered and certified as a senior election official in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Guess what? She hates politics. If she can do that, so can you. We have a republic to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. Thank you for that. Dr. Sebastian Gorka, thanks for coming on the show
And
this
watch
morning.
tonight, the Gorka Reality Check, 7 p.m. The whole episode is on the FBI, the corrupt FBI.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I am in on that one for sure.
JP Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.